Broadway.
Okay. Hey, by the way, I do want to wish Richard Christy a happy birthday. It was his birthday on Friday.
Oh, happy birthday.
I heard, were you invited to Richard Christy's wedding?
We have been.
Are you going?
We are going to be able to because we're doing a workshop of allegiance at exactly that time. So it worked out wonderfully.
Someone told me Richard was going to ask you to marry him.
Oh,
did you hear that?
No.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
To officiate?
That was the buzz that I heard around here.
I have not heard that buzz.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
No.
I'd be happy to if...
You're not ordained, right? You
I'm a Buddhist. If he wants a Buddhist ceremony.
Richard, why do you have to bother George with... You know, I notice a lot of people...
I hadn't heard this.
I got to tell you something. A lot of people around here bother the guests. Like, I heard a rumor that George was nudged by Steve Langford that his daughter is going to interview George for a school project.
Oh, she did.
Well, I love Steve. Don't get me wrong, but around here, can we just leave the fucking guests alone? I mean, honestly, George isn't going to be able to say no because he thinks it's going to affect his relationship with me.
But it's I don't feel like I'm a guest. I feel like I'm a member of the family.
Well, you are a guest. I hate to tell you, you're not a member of the family.
I'm shattered. Absolutely shattered.
You can't be a member of this family.
No, but I mean,
I feel so isolated now.
No, I just don't want the guests being nudged. I mean, I think it's really sweet that Steve Langford's daughter has a school project. But you want to know something? George isn't here for that, and he's not going to say no because Steve spent a week with George going back to his old haunts and doing a whole special with him.
Right.
So George feels
Not my old haunts.
Well,
we were imprisoned there.
Well, that's a haunt. That's haunting. Yeah, they went. They did a whole Japanese internment special and all of that.
No, they're not Japanese internment camps. They're U.S. internment camps for Japanese Americans.
Well, you know what I'm trying to get out
when
there.
you say Japanese internment camp, you'd think the nation of Japan.
George, what I'm trying to say is, Steve did this whole special with you and spent a week with you, and what happens is on what fucking basis would Steve Langford bother this man?
Well, many journalists asked me to do that.
I don't care. The guys who work for me should not...
No, he's not talking about you doing the special.
I'm talking about the daughter bothering.
No.
Listen, you're a sweet man.
I do that for a lot of people.
No, I know you do, but you don't have to do that here.
Right,
and I don't want you bothered and asked. Listen, I've got 3 daughters. I don't ask... George Takei or any guest to sit there and do an interview with my daughters. My daughters are grown women now.
But they went to school and they had projects.
I would feel as if I was putting someone out. Sometimes I think just having George get up and doing our show is putting him out. So I would not ever think about doing this to this human being. And I don't know why people... Like, Steve doesn't know...
They have gone out to dinner, from what I understand.
I don't care.
So you don't consider that now their personal relationship?
Listen, the only reason Steve knows George Takei is because of our show. And asking George to sit down with your daughter for a school project, you know what? Let his daughter go out and find somebody of interest in the community. She doesn't need to be a superstar and interview a guy from Star Trek. Now, give me a fucking break. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the reason that George is giggling is because he agrees. And he's too kind to say
Richard? Richard and George also socialize.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, this was going to be something we were going to ask George over dinner, but Will, I guess, spilled the beans about it.
That's right.
But there's zero pressure. If we would be honored.
There's zero pressure for you. For him, there's pressure because he has to sit there and go, I feel comfortable with Richard to say I won't be able to do it because I'm here for a workshop and I'll be working on that all during, the 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, and that's totally fine.
Okay,
that's totally fine.
He shouldn't have to answer you. Do you understand?
Why did you want George to do the wedding
just because
because it's fun.
Well, yeah, it's fun, and he's got a great voice, and we're very good friends with him.
I know. It's all fun and games. Get a friend of yours.
You had somebody fun at your wedding, Mark Consuelos.
And that's what's going on here. Mark Consuelos married us, and I know you want the same thing. But listen, calm down. The reason you know this man is because of the show. Okay?
But
Don't sit there and go in your hillbilly way. Howdy. Now I can do it.
But I owe a little bit
Get
of
that conehead in Cambria to marry you. Your favorite
Conehead.
or whatever his fucking name is. What is it? Conehead and
Coheed in Cambria.
Coheed and Cambria. Get them to marry you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we will.
Yeah.
But I, in sort of a way, George is here because of me too. I remember I pitched him at a meeting,
and you're only here because I'm insane. Okay, so just remember that.
And I thank you for having me.
Right, now get out of here and leave everyone alone.
Okay.
All right, good. And go back and make phony phone calls. I haven't seen any new ones in a while. I want to see 3 a day.
We got a brand new one that you loved that you only played once.
It's true.
Yeah.
But that was last
And
week.
we got a new one we're editing for this week,
right.
too.
Now
Should
you're
have
talking.
it by tomorrow.
Quickly
Okay.
go at it. You're wasting time. Just busy plotting that wedding ad.
Oh, I didn't know that there was such a plot about to be hatched.
Well, I heard that you're getting hit. You see what I mean? Richard asked for the wedding. Steve Langford's
asked for his
daughter. I mean,
daughter.
Steve is a nut to think that that this is an appropriate request.
When did he ask? Did he ask?
Where is he? Is he here?
Quite some time ago.
Where is Steve Langford? I want to
Was
yell
it
at him.
during the special or?
No, it was, I think he talked to Brad about a month ago.
Sometimes it's really great to let your kid go find someone on their own. That's sort of the project. Daddy doesn't have to step in and prove what a big superstar he is, delivering the guy from Star Trek. It's fucking annoying.
So he actually called Brad and made the request.
Right.
Wow.
It was scheduled.
Hello, this is Steve Langford from Howard 100 News. Brad, I know this is a terrible imposition, but, my son, my daughter...
I was happy to... I get a lot of those
you're
requests
happy.
from
I get
friends.
it. I get it. And you know what? They should leave you the fuck alone.
Yeah, well...
You know what? My email is filled with requests for everything from all my friends, my so-called friends.
Right. And you don't honor them.
A lot of them I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even respond. I can't respond to all
I get
the
a lot of
requests.
those, from total strangers over the internet.
And unfortunately, you've met the people here.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. I know because of my relationship, suddenly George is on the phone with Steve Langford's daughter. And don't think I don't know that. And I don't know why more people around here don't know that. It's just inappropriate. But what can I tell you? Steve's not here?
I'm a nice guy,
Yeah, you're too nice, and I am too.
What?
Oh, he's on his way down. I know I'm going to get worked up. Keep me calm, Robin.
All right.
And you know how to do. And you know how to do it.
I think George
I
would be really good at keeping you calm.
Better you keep me calm.
Actually, I'd like to touch. I am tactile.
You know how you were telling me how you banged women and also men, and it's like I was reading the New York Times yesterday. There was an interview with a woman who she was with a woman a long-term relationship, 2 women. All of a sudden they break up. She decided to date guys, and now she's married to a man after a 15-year relationship with a woman. There's truly I used to think there's no such thing as bisexuality. Now I'm starting to think there is.
I think there is. I mean, the human animal has a lot of senses. And
do you consider yourself bisexual?
I was, but now
You're gay.
I think I'm monosexual.
Yeah.
Just one sex.
Right.
Brad.
You're Brad sexual.
Yeah. We've shared so much in common. We've been together for 24 years, and that I value that.
Right.
It's something that's very precious to me.
But the thought of screwing a woman right now is kind of nauseating.
Or any other person.
Yeah. Where is my...
This, I think, is in and of itself a news story.
Yeah.
Langford will not come back.
Why?
You're kidding.
He refuses to come back.
Why?
He says this topic is off limits.
Why? Why is it off
I think because
limits?
it involves his kids. He said, your kids are off limits.
Wait
It's not
a
about
second.
his
I'm not talking
child.
about his kid. I'm talking about him. I'm talking about him arranging for an interview with a guest of mine.
I was surprised. He gave me the hand. I'm like, Steve, you of all people? And he goes, this is different.
Steve, this is not different. This is not talking about his daughter. I'm not talking about his daughter. I'm
You're
talking about
him making the request.
Right.
But I just went directly. He's sitting in his chair, and he's not coming in.
Interesting.
He's got to come in eventually because you got to do the news.
Yeah, send him in for headlines.
And George is here all week, so even if he's not coming in
See,
today.
that logic, hiding behind the fact that he did it for his daughter and then saying, I'm not going to talk about my daughter, where I'm not talking about his daughter, is ludicrous. He's hiding because he doesn't want to hear my opinion on this. If he wants to be mature about it.
He did say point well taken. That's what he told me.
Oh, he did. Okay, so he gets it.
I think.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be better to hear him say point well taken?
Yes.
Yes.
He can't come in and do that.
Point well taken. He should not be bothering. I don't care.
I feel
substitute the word daughter for wife or whatever. I don't care who it is. Cousin,
neighbor.
Here I am in the middle
friend.
of all this, and it was a pleasure. I mean, he's got a charming little girl.
All right, you can. Okay, you're missing the point too.
No, I got it.
I'm not sure
got it.
you're all there.
I'm just trying to defend.
It's two people who aren't all there.
I think it's really funny that Steve Langford won't talk about this.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody has said to him, Steve, I don't want to talk about something, we have to do the news.
This is a news
We
story.
have to do the news.
Howard, you should glare at him like he does to us when he.
Right, yeah, you just stare at him. He's so right.
Howard, he'll be in a half an hour to do the news.
Did you? I know, and that's what I'll ask him about. I will confront him.
Don't ask, just glare.
Glare.